Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Fundamentals of Information System. I'm Professor Mary Shane Folioso, your OLC, Online Learning Coordinator. So right now, our topic is about e-business and e-commerce. This lesson provides an overview of e-business and e-commerce perspectives. It's designed to familiarize students with current emerging electronic technologies using the internet for business advantage, e-payments, and other opportunities in the electronic world. Learning outcomes. At the end of the lesson, the student should be able to first define and appreciate e-commerce and e-business. Second, identify the difference between e-commerce and e-business. Third, discuss the common types of electronic commerce. Fourth, appreciate the benefits of e-commerce. Fifth, enumerate and appreciate the different methods of an e-payments. Sixth, appreciate the benefits of e-payments. Seventh, discuss the ethical and legal issues in e-business and e-commerce. So let us start with the overview of business or e-business and e-commerce. Any entrepreneur or company that decides to practice electronic commerce must develop a strategy to do effectively. The first step is to determine exactly why you want to do business over the internet using a website. So there are several reasons for employing the websites. Number one, to sell goods and services. Number two, to induce people to visit a physical location. Number three, to reduce operation and transaction costs. And number four, to enhance your reputation. Okay, let us identify the difference between e-commerce and e-business. So the terms e-commerce and e-business are often used interchangeably, but what do these words really mean? So when we say e-commerce, it describes the buying, selling, transferring, or exchanging of products, services, information via computer networks. While e-business, it is the application of information and communication technologies, which is the ICT, in support of all the activities of business. So the e-commerce refers to online transactions, which is buying and selling of goods and or services over the internet. While the e-business covers online transactions, but also extends to all internet-based interactions with business partners, suppliers, and customers, such as selling direct to consumers, manufacturers, and suppliers, monitoring and exchanging information, auctioning, surplus inventory, and collaborative product design. So these online interactions are aimed at improving or transforming business practices and efficiency. So we have 6 types of e-commerce. So first, we have B2C, which is the business to consumer. or customers or the individuals deal directly with a firm, avoiding intermediaries such as retail stores. Second, we have the B2B, which is the business customers or the business organizations deal directly with the firm, avoiding intermediaries such as retail stores. Third, we have the C2C, which is the consumer to consumer. Individuals sells products or services directly to other individuals. Fourth, we have the B2E, which is the business to employee. An organization uses e-commerce internally to provide information and services to its employees. Companies allow employees to manage their benefits, take training classes electronically, as well as buy discounted insurance, travel packages, and event tickets. Fifth, we have e-government. So the use of internet technology in general and e-commerce in particular to deliver information about public services to citizens, called government to citizen, which is the G2CEC. The business partners and suppliers called government to business, which is the G2BEC. And six, we have the M-commerce, which is the mobile commerce, e-commerce that is conducted in a wireless environment, where, like for example, smartphones. So we have the benefits of e-commerce to organizations, to customers, and to society. So the first benefits of e-commerce to organization. First, national and international markets are more accessible. Second, lower cost of processing, distribution, and retrieving information. Next, the benefits of e-commerce to customers. So 24/7 accessibility and more powerful with ability to research before buying. Next, the benefits of e-commerce to society. It has the ability to deliver information, services, and products to people in cities, rural areas, and developing countries. Next, we have the limitations of e-commerce. In limitation, we have technological limitation, non-technological limitation. In technological limitations, we have lack of universal accepted security standards. We have insufficient telecommunications bandwidth or yung internet speed and expensive accessibility. While in non-technological limitations of e-commerce, perceptions that e-commerce is unsecure critical mass of sellers and buyers. So perceptions that e-commerce is unsecure. And we have critical mass of sellers and buyers in all countries in non-technological limitations of e-commerce. Okay, in business to consumer, which is the B2C electronic commerce, Business to customer or B2C refers to e-commerce activities that are focused on consumers rather than on businesses. We have common types of B2C e-commerce. We have cyber banking, online securities trading, online job market, travel services, and e-tailing, or e-store fronts or one business selling their products, and e-malls, which is the multiple businesses selling their products. So in figure shows the electronic auctions. It shows that business organization supplies to a customer order into a website for order processing. Okay, next we have business to business, B2B electronic commerce. If your business is focused on selling products or services to other companies, your model is called B2B or business to business. So in B2B, facilitates the transfer of raw materials, parts, and components from which additional profit is derived through manufacturing or final sales to consumers. The figure shows that the business organization supplies into a wholesaler for orders or wholesaler sells to a customer. Okay, wholesaler orders through a website for order processing. Next, we have electronic payments. So this means a subset of an e-commerce transaction to include electronic payment for buying and selling goods or services offered through the internet. So means that e-payment is a subset of an e-commerce. So meaning transaction to include yung mga electronic payment natin for buying and selling goods or services offered through the internet. So generally, we think of electronic payments as referring to online transactions on the internet. So there are actually many forms of electronic payments. So when it comes to payment options, nothing is more convenient than electronic payment. You don't have to write a check, swipe a credit card, or handle any paper money. So all you have to do is enter some information in your web browser and click your mouse. It's no wonder that more and more people are turning to electronic payment or e-payment as an alternative to sending checks through the mail. So we have methods and types of electronic payment. So first, one-time customer to vendor payment. Second, recurring customer to vendor payment. And then third, automatic bank to vendor payment. So what are the benefits of electronic payment? So first, electronic payment is very convenient for the consumer. Second, electronic payment lowers costs for businesses. Third, it helps businesses improve customer retention. So how about the ethical and legal issues? So we have the privacy and channel conflict. we have the biggest ethical issues, which is the privacy. An individual's right to privacy is not explicitly guaranteed by the businesses many times, but protection from government intrusion should be implicitly guaranteed. With widely usage of the internet, the right to individual privacy moved beyond private property. The internet is currently a self-regulated medium. So the internet industry essentially governs itself. So this condition enables the internet to grow without constraints of legislation. But it also creates problems because there are few specific guidelines to follow. While in channel conflict, a situation when a producer or supplier bypasses the normal channel of distribution and sells directly to the end. Selling over the internet while maintaining a physical distribution network is an example of channel conflict. Okay, another legal issues related to e-commerce. We have fraud, domain names, cyber squatting, taxes and other fees, and copyright. In fraud, we have fake stocks, investments, business opportunities, auctions, identify theft. While in domain names, we have problems with competitions. In cyber squatting, refers to the practice of registering domain names solely for the purpose of selling them later at a higher price. While in taxes and other fees, when and where electronic sellers should pay business license taxes, franchise fees, gross receipt taxes, excise tax, etc. While in copyright, protecting intellectual property in e-commerce and enforcing copyright laws is extremely difficult.